What's good, IG? We'll get started here shortly. I'm super excited to present this information. MZO decided to do this project of MZO Mental Health Awareness Takeovers, and we're super excited to have Kashana Sharif as our first instructor. She's going to cover information on mental health and the benefits of dance. So I'm really excited to get started with you all. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. Again, welcome to MZO Worldwide's IG Live Mental Health Awareness Takeover. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us. We're so excited to have you and to bring this series of mental health awareness to you. Mental health awareness is super important. I know for me personally, speaking about the benefits of dance and movement is exciting because I personally love movement. My name is Erica Michelle. I'm the Director of Operations for Members Only Worldwide. And, I grew up doing musical theater. So dance is something that I love a ton and I'm super familiar with. I wouldn't call myself a dancer per se, but I do love it. And it definitely played a large role for me in my youth in dealing and being able to overcome my mental health. So again, I want to thank you all for your time. Members Only Worldwide is a multimedia organization which specializes in branding and marketing, leadership and consulting, magazine production and publishing, events. We do trading, we do apparel, and we do community outreach. And we're super excited to bring this community outreach event to you all. And it is a series that will go on for the month of May. If you do not know, May is the month of mental health awareness. And so the team wanted to be able to spread resources, information to all of you and bring instructors on that will be able to do so. So we're really excited about that. And like I said, our first takeover is by Kashana. She is a dancer and choreographer. And I've been able to do some additional research on the benefits of mental health and dance. And I actually want to start by breaking down a couple of the different research studies that have been done on the benefits of dance and the different styles. So one is free-flowing dance. The UCLA Health Studies published a study back in August of 2021 that covered conscious free-flowing dance as a producer of positive mental health benefits amongst participants. So they surveyed 1,000 dancers throughout the world who had struggled with depression, anxiety, or had a history of trauma. A huge majority, 98% of all of the dancers said that practicing improved their mood. So practicing just free-flowing dance helped to boost their mood on a regular basis. Also reporting that conscious dance gave them more confidence and compassion. The next one is choreographed dance. There was a study done by Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, and they broke up a study group of adults ages 60 and 70 who were healthy, brain didn't show any signs of cognitive impairment. And they broke them into 3 groups, one that walked, one that stretched, and one that danced. And they wanted to see how those 3 activities benefited or changed the wiring and the gray matter in the brain of an aging brain. So through dance, they noticed a significant positive impact for dance on the brain with these elderly patients. So what they did is they had them do the activity 1 hour a day, 3 times a week. And after 6 months, they brought the volunteers back and rescanned their brains and were able to see that there was significant improvement in the wiring, and the white matter in their brain was denser now that they had spent that 6 months doing that 3 times a week for an hour. So we see that movement can definitely benefit us with our overall mental health. The next is synchronized dance. Synchronized dance, my apologies. And what that is movement with others. So there was a study done in Brazil that showed that synchronized dancing with others enabled people to feel closer to each other and foster friendships. It also raised pain tolerance, and I found that to be very interesting. So when you synchronize dance with others, so you may see this in like a Zumba class or in a flash mob. By doing this, it's forming a collective dance to the movement, and it's a great way to feel closer to others through that. One of the hormones released when we dance is endorphins, and we know that endorphins are an integral part of the human bonding process. And so, by dancing with others, we see the increased compassion and connection amongst each other. One study that I found really interesting, speaking about this, was a study done on patients who had long-term effects from chemical warfare internationally. So this specific individual was affected by Agent Orange, which again is like effect of chemical warfare. And so this individual was in a wheelchair, and there was a study done or a program that was led, and this individual went to lead this program. She had, I believe, about 20 to 30 different participants, and they used movement and dance to communicate their feelings and their challenges that they face. And it was very healing for this one individual who was in a wheelchair and was able to have 4 other individuals next to him. And while he danced, not in his wheelchair, he was on the ground, and it was an expression of what life was like for him. And you saw him crawl, you saw like on his left arm that there was muscle, there was some muscle loss, and you saw how, because he was in the wheelchair, his feet and joints and different things had rotated. So he was fighting against that. And through the dance, it was really powerful, because as he's moving, he has 4 other people not imitating his movement, but supporting his movement, and being able to express the things that he was expressing. So you see him crawling on the ground in a dance form. And as he tries to lift himself up, you see him fall. And he does that a couple of times. And it was just really powerful to watch. We can definitely drop it. There are a lot of really great examples on how dance affects us positively, and shared movement and kinesthetic empathy. So that ability to synchronize movement together will allow for us to have that kinetic empathy for each other. Like through that, we're able to journey with each other. So I found that very fascinating. The last one is dance therapy. I did not know that this existed, but some people opt for dance and movement therapy. Its definition, or it's defined by the American Dance Therapy Association as the psychotherapeutic use of movement to promote emotional, social, cognitive, physical integration of an individual. And for this purpose, it would improve the health and wellness of an individual. And so that was really cool, being able to see how we know that the benefits of dance are so powerful that we have a whole organization that specifically focuses on how dance can impact our mental health. And so I found that to be really cool stuff that you guys can go and look up. I definitely know I want to get Kashana back on here. So a couple of things I want to cover too is the benefits of dance on our mental health. It helps us to keep a sharp mind. It improves our self-esteem. It involves social skills. It increases endorphins, like we talked about, that happy hormone. We definitely want more of that. It is easier to bond with others through dance. We improve our mood. We lessen loneliness. We also ease depression. We lower anxiety, decrease rumination, help with memory. It may prevent dementia. And for me, that's super important, you know, because dementia is something that runs in my family. And like I said before, how choreographed dance was allowing for, you know, the white matter and the wiring of the brain to be denser just by, you know, the older population doing that activity 1 hour a day, 3 days a week for 6 months. So imagine the impact it can have if we incorporate movement into our lives, you know, on a daily basis, 3 times a week for the rest of our lives, hoping that that will help to support us. So again, like I said, super excited about bringing Kashana on. Like I said, Kashana Sharif, she was born and raised in Springfield, Maryland. Kashana started dancing at the age of 10. She started training with the Community Dance Enrichment Program and Shooting Stars Dance Center. Years later, she taught at multiple different dance schools amongst the New England area. Kashana now resides in Los Angeles. She works as a professional dancer and choreographer. She's currently in 2 dance companies, 1 Stroll group and 2 LA Samba dancers. She has studied and trained jazz, ballet, Broadway jazz, Samba, hip hop, stepping. Some of her credits include The Masked Dancer. She danced with Mary J. Blige. She danced with Daddy Yankee. She's been on the BET Awards multiple times. She's been on the World of Dance. And she's also been on So You Think You Can Dance. And I'm super excited to invite Kashana on the live and to, you know, let her be known to the world. So give me 1 second to get her on. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, why is the split? Oh, yeah. Oh, somebody said Springfield,
Hello.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I
Okay.
said, there you go.
Oh, we're on this thing.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Hello, darling. I'm lovely. I'm alive. I'm here. I'm breathing.
I feel you. We have mental
Great.
health awareness month. Thank you, Bill. Thank you. Mental health awareness month. You know, so I'm super excited to have you talk to us more about you, dance, and how it can benefit us in our mental health overall. So I want to start off by giving you some time to tell us more about yourself.
So let me just clarify. I'm from Springfield, Massachusetts.
Yes, thank you. I said Maryland.
You said Maryland. It's all right. I got family in Maryland too. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Springfield, Massachusetts, birthplace of basketball. If you didn't know. But yeah, born and raised there. I've been pretty much dancing since I was about 10 years old, and I mean, it's pretty much been my life. So I decided to make that leap, and here I am. Almost 10 years.
In LA?
You know, yeah. It's like nine going on 10, yeah.
Victory. That's it. I'm gonna give you a clap for that one. Boom.
No, it's rough out here. It's rough out here.
Yes. So I definitely want to hear about how, you know, what dance means to you. What has dance become for Kashana?
So for one, for me, dance is natural for me. So I was born into a dancing family. My mom, my grandmother, it literally runs in all of us. Like we wake up dancing. So for me, it feels good and it feels right. I don't have to think about it. That's the thing. It's natural. So dance is so many things. It's healing. It's therapy. It's my therapy. You know, I call it dance is, for me, it's my meditation. So, you know, for example, when people meditate, they're focused on, maybe they might be focused on one thing. But when you dance, for me, I'm just focused on the movement and the music. I'm not thinking about my problems. I'm not thinking about my worries. All that goes out the window. So that's why I say, you know, that's one of the benefits of dancing. You know, you're not thinking about anything else in that moment.
No, I love it. And I definitely can relate to that a lot. And, you know, for me, it's, you know, my core is singing, but dancing, you know, because I had a musical theater background, is something that I love as well. And even if it's just sitting in a chair and listening to music and feeling the rhythm of the song, you know, it brings me so much comfort. And, you know, especially with me for singing, it's like the humming and like feeling it. But I feel that same, you know, energy when you're dancing, that free flow.
Vibrations. Vibrations, they're real. You
Yes,
can feel
ma'am.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. I appreciate that. How has dance had a positive impact? I mean, you kind of shared a little bit about this already, but like, how has dance positively impacted your mental health?
Um, I mean, pretty much what I said before, like it just, if I'm having a bad day, you know what I mean? It gets me through.
Hmm.
It's just the movement.
Yeah.
It's it. Oh, sorry. um, it's it's everything. Like, I don't know how else to describe it.
No, I hear you. I definitely can understand. I know you kind of covered it in the last question. So,
Yeah,
um, yeah. The next one is, what are some of your daily mental health challenges that you or other dancers may face as, you know, professional dancers and choreographers out here hustling in LA? Tell me about it.
that is a very good question. I'm gonna try to make it snappy so we can get through. Um, survival, survival. That is because we don't live a regular life. You know what I mean? We're entrepreneurs. We're contracted. We don't have a regular schedule. Sometimes months are dry. You know what I mean? You gotta really try to save. You gotta really try to stay intact because you don't know. It's up and down. One month you might be rich. The next month you might be eating noodles and noodles, honey. You know what I mean? But the thing is, you got to keep going. You know, because you never know. The main thing is keep going. Keep going. Do not stop. No matter what anybody says until you reach your goal. Do not stop. Doesn't matter. Times get rough. That's all right. You're gonna make it through. And I can definitely say that for sure. I'm
That's a
still
fact.
here.
That's a fact.
9 years later.
Yes, doing big things at that. Let me talk about it.
Okay.
You didn't edify it in the beginning, but you've been on TV doing big things out here, so I see you. I see you, sis. And I
That's
know
all I
it's
was
not
saying.
easy.
It's possible. Don't give up because I could have gave up a long time ago. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And I
Um,
have tons of respect for you pushing through on that for sure. So,
you
and
know.
you've done amazing things. Amazing things. Can you tell me or tell us all
Oh,
more about? Go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
oh, I was gonna say I got two. I got two more for you,
Go for it.
real
Go for
quick.
it.
Um, another thing that we face as dancers, body image. That's a huge thing in the community. Sometimes it's all about a look, and if sometimes you don't fit the look, you know what I mean? And sometimes you're not looking for black girls, or sometimes you're not looking, you know. So you gotta really stay grounded in yourself and just stay positive and know that you are beautiful, even if you don't get that job. You know what I mean? You gotta stay sure in yourself. Also, rejection, which goes along with that. As dancers, we hear 1,000 no's, and maybe not even just as dancers. In you know many careers, lots of no's, but especially in this industry, that could really break you down. Hearing no, no, sorry, not this one. You know what I mean? But that, after 1,000 no's, you might get that final yes, and that's what makes the difference. Ooh, excuse me. That's what makes the difference.
I agree 100%. I feel you on that for sure. Um, and you know the impacts that just other people's opinions can make on us, you know, and I just really appreciate the fact that you bring up those topics and you're transparent about that, because I know a lot of people, you know, battle through those struggles on a regular basis. So I appreciate you. And then my last question for you before we get into some movement is, can you tell us a little bit more about the benefits of movement in dance for our mental health?
Yeah, so I mean, you pretty much covered like everything. I was like, hey, I was gonna say that, I was gonna say that. But I mean, I'll just say again, it's an emotional release. For me, sometimes people can't even describe, they can't speak how they feel. For me, I don't really like speaking like that. I like to dance through, you know what I mean? So through that movement, if you're feeling mad sometimes, you know, when you're dancing, you can release all of that through your movement. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a little choppy. Maybe we're breaking up a little bit. Hello, it's her. Is it me you're looking for? I can't hear.
You got me now?
Okay, now I got you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Oh, just a few more. It's good for your memory.
Yes,
Keeps
ma'am.
you on your toes, keeps your brain sharp, you know, when you got to memorize choreography. It's very good for that. It's also good if you have anxiety or depression. It's a very good release for that. So that's why they always say not even just dance, but just simple exercise. Any movement, dance, it helps with that for sure. Yeah, I pretty much covered all my points.
Oh. Well, I appreciate you going over that. And I know, you know, yeah, it's ultimately, I'm just really excited about getting you up and moving, you know, because ultimately I want everybody to understand how it feels, you know, the movement, and being able to connect to this topic. So I think it's something that like I don't know. I just feel like dancing used to be like a thing, maybe more of the past. That is my opinion. Like, I don't feel like people go out dancing as much, and it could have been, you know, COVID played a part in that.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah,
you know,
it kind of dwindled down. People don't really dance the way they used to dance. You know, it's a little different now, but it's all
yeah. So
right.
I want us to be able to still connect to that aspect. So I'm excited about getting into some movement. So I'm gonna hand this live over to you, girl, and I'm gonna follow you. Whatever you do,
Let's go. Let's get some movement going. Let's get moving.
Okay.
Let's get
All
moving
right.
and moving.
I'm gonna put myself on mute unless you need me.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself.
Grab some water, y'all, if you need it. Okay, probably a little more. Yes, Erica's up. All right, let's get it.
Excuse me, Miss Lady, how you doing? Your body, you're right, you're the type I like, you know pursuing. Can I get a little closer so I can get to know you and exchange names and things before the night is over? Really honest, be the back and have to go and put your weight on it, 'cause it's so fine. You wanna make me believe. Oh, I want to I guess if you let the night just drift away. So baby, watch it go. Cause I don't wanna lose. Come on, keep it moving. Excuse me, Miss Lady, how you doing? You better look at the type I like it. Can I get a little closer so I can get to know you? Any shades, not easy. The night is over. When you wanna snap, for you to bite it up, and put your baby on it. Cause it's so much. You wanna make me believe. Oh, Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, love it. Hey! Joseph Butterfly. Everybody go get some sip of water. I demand hydrogen.